9:56, and we're live on YouTube. It's Yes or No. It's your entertainment source or news option. I'm Madison Chase, and all the way in Wickety Wig. That's my impersonation of Beyonce. Wisconsin. My girl Stefztv, say hey to the people.
What's up, people? I love the introduction. It does not get old. It makes me feel oh so loved every single time you do it. I
Absolutely
love it, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for the oh yeah, Steph. I'm waiting for my oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is like a kind of unusual format. We always talk about news stories, and how could you not talk about the MTV Video Music Awards? I think Tiana Taylor actually broke the internet, from what I understand. That's what people were saying. But we're going to do kind of like a recap of the MTV VMAs. We're going to talk about Beyonce's red carpet arrival, her performance, Kanye West, his speech, and Tiana Taylor in his music video Fade, and where in the world was Taylor Swift? So that's what we're going to be talking about. If you want to ask a question and join the conversation via YouTube, you could send Q&A. I'm still trying to figure that out. I tried to do it yesterday, but it didn't work out on a little recap that I did. So let's jump into it. Okay, so Beyonce. So Steph, you watched the entire thing. I've only watched the things that we're talking about. So what did you think about overall the VMAs in comparison to VMAs in the past?
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of build-up for these VMAs, especially because all we knew was that Kanye was getting 4 minutes. And for some of the things he's done at other award shows, I feel like I had a high expectation. I was waiting for that. I was waiting to see Britney Spears for some odd reason, because I wanted her to be really good.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So it was a really entertaining show. I mean, like, it's like, I feel like the VMAs move slightly quicker than like the Grammys or something like that. So it was definitely entertaining. It was in New York. There was a good energy about it. The pre-show was good. I enjoyed watching it. Overall, it was enjoyable. It wasn't like a snooze fest or anything.
Yeah, because it was at Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome for people who've never performed at Madison Square Garden to have that experience. I'm sure for the artists, it was pretty amazing. So
yeah, I don't think that counts though.
I think it kind of does. It's like saying,
no, it's like, well, but they're not just coming for you. Like, selling out Madison Square Garden and headlining at Madison Square Garden is a little bit different. And this is coming from a New Yorker who used to take the train in to see the concerts at Madison Square Garden. It's a little bit different than, like, you're there for an award show and people didn't show up for you. They showed up for Beyonce and Kanye and, you know, you just get to perform.
Yeah, but still, just to have that experience, even if you didn't solely sold out the arena, like if it's not just you by yourself and you completely sold it out, still getting that experience to hear. How many people does Madison Square Garden seat?
Oh, geez. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll look it up.
Okay, you look it up. But still, just to have that kind of energy, like, coming back at you when people applaud, I'm sure it feels different. So I've heard that's why a lot of people love performing live, is because you get that immediate response and that immediate energy.
Oh, I'm sure it felt cool for them, but it's not the same as selling it out.
I know. But the performance as an artist.
It's 1,000, around 19,000, I think, 19,000. It's different for, 19,830 for concerts.
I got you.
It's around 19,000. It depends on how big the stage setup is, I guess.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense. But that's still a lot of people. Like performing in front of 19,000 people versus whatever the average stadium or whatever seats, it probably feels different. I'm just trying to put myself in the position of an artist, like, oh yeah, I'm on this stage, because how many people were actually at the VMA? So you said something that was interesting. You said Kanye got 4 minutes. Well, Miss Beyonce herself, she got 15 minutes and 47 seconds, right? That's how long her performance was. But before we talk about her performance, let's talk about her red carpet arrival. You said that she had a Lady Gaga-esque kind of, I'm not going to call it a costume, but her outfit was kind of, the wings made you think of Lady Gaga.
The shoulders did. She had the shoulders that went up. They were kind of like that. It was like, yeah, it was very, it almost looks like shoulder pads.
A la
share a little bit. There's a picture that I'll send you that you can post with it.
Okay, a la 1983. That we're talking about, those shoulder pads. I saw it. It kind of looks like, she looked like an angel-esque, kind of like an angel from like 20, maybe 2070. I don't know, because not 2020 is like around.
Yeah, it looks almost futuristic. I think it looks almost than something we've seen before.
Yeah, it looked very futuristic. I saw glimpses of it. And then Blue Ivy looked like, she looked like a futuristic Little House on the Prairie to me, because I used to love Laura Ingalls Wilder when I was like little. And it reminded me of.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, what is that kid thinking? Like, like, could you imagine your mom's Beyonce, your dad's Jay-Z, and you're going to walk the carpet at the MTV Video Music Awards? Like, it's kind of crazy.
It's got to be crazy. Steph, I love that your New York accent is full throttle. It is coming out when we talk about Madison Square Garden. I love it.
I don't know. It's like the New York in me comes out.
It comes out when you think about Madison Square Garden. So Beyonce actually walked the carpet with Trayvon Martin's mother, as well as Eric Garner, Mike Brown, Oscar Grant III, which we found out he is the inspiration, or he was part of the reason why Fruitvale Station was actually created. And yeah, the director.
We also found out that I have watched that full movie, which is an amazing movie. And you need to see it because it is good. Everyone needs to, if you have not seen Fruitvale Station, everyone at this day and age needs to see that movie and learn from it.
Yes, and I haven't seen it. I was like, this Steph just put me on blast. She put me on blast. She did. Or did I put myself on blast?
You brought it back up. I wouldn't have brought it back up, but you did. You did.
Okay, I want to watch it. But speaking of which, rewind, because everyone has got to see Birth of a Nation. I did see that with by Nate Parker. It is amazing. The Nat Turner story, amazing. One of the things that I thought about for that film. So that's a must-see too. Fruitvale Station and Birth of No Nation. And I think it opens October 7th. So that's my plug for that film that's coming out. Yeah, so we've covered Beyonce. We covered the carpet with her. We didn't really talk about her performance. I actually went to her concert. I'm not like, some people are like diehard Beyonce fans.
You're not part of the Beehive?
I'm not part of the Beehive, nor is that something that I wish to be a part of. And, you know, God bless the Beehivers, but I am a fan of people who give back to their community. And not that that was why I went to go see her, because I love that she made a statement for the Super Bowl performance. I love that she was speaking about social injustice. I love that her video really started to, if you weren't conscious, then I feel like people kind of know. So hopefully she's doing more than just talking about stuff in her video and dancing about it, because that's not going to be a change. But the fact that she made the statement with the mothers of people who have been affected by some of the things that are happening in our community with police brutality and the things that are happening. So I love that she still continued to make that statement. So yeah, so let's move on. I feel like we've covered that enough, but going to her concert and seeing this performance, I love how she kind of used the camera a little bit, like when she had the bat and she broke the actual camera. I'm sure she didn't actually break the camera. As a camera person and an editor, I was curious, how did they do that? I'm like, I wonder if they put glass in front of it and she broke it, or I was curious about that more.
You know, I don't remember that part. I must have been like, you know,
I thought it was interesting when she picked up the bag and then she broke the camera, and then it was a different shot of her walking past the camera. It was kind of similar to her videos. Like, she took a lot of creative things that she did on her video and brought it to life for this performance for the VMAs. And I didn't see very many similar things that she did in her concert. And even when I would see people that would post different concerts from around the world, I felt like she really brought a different show every single time. It wasn't the same thing. So we're gonna wrap up on Beyonce because we're gonna go to Kanye West. And you said they gave him 4 minutes. And I think that's interesting that the VMAs would trust Kanye to not go ballistic, because I'm sure he was talking off the cuff of his, like, at the side of his neck, as we like to say, or he didn't have a teleprompter. So listening to his speech, it still sounded a little scattered to me, but that's Kanye-isms, whatever you want to call it. But then I think the thing that stood out for me the most was not only his video, and at the end of the video, we'll talk about that later with Tiana Taylor, was he put himself in the vein, in the whole realm of Steve Jobs, Disney, and then he said, and Kanye West. I'm like, how are you speaking about yourself in the third person? And then you're putting yourself, Steve Jobs, like, he is a billionaire, but you're asking for money from Facebook, Eisenberg. Like, I was confused. I'm like, so you really think, and I get sometimes you have to see yourself beyond where you are, but let's just be realistic, Kanye. So what are your thoughts about Kanye's speech stuff?
Well, my thoughts are this. Number one, I was expecting it to be way more convoluted and messy. I felt like it was somewhat simple.
Okay.
I actually, was it that? What'd you say?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I actually followed it, and I actually thought he tried to add a little bit of humor, and in his weird way, like when he was talking about how he put Ray J, in his weird way, I feel like it was normal, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it wasn't, you know, the last time he spoke, and it slips my mind what if it was the Billboard Awards or the Grammys or whatever he did or was it the VMAs last year? Was it that long ago when he spoke and it was just a bunch of like mumbo jumbo and you didn't understand what he was saying? Like, I feel like it was a little bit more thought out than that, but I like the rawness. I like this in a way. Yeah. I don't mind, because I'm like you, like right in the beginning I was like, he's really gonna compare himself to Walt Disney and Steve Jobs. Come on. But what he's trying to say and what's coming out, I think, are two different things. And I felt like I gave him a little bit more credit for trying to say it this time than I did last time. And the one thing that stood out to me above and beyond anything Kanye had to say, like, we can rip Kanye to shreds. We can rip Kim Kardashian to shreds. You know, a lot of people in the media do it. But the way that Kim Kardashian looked at Kanye when he was, and the way that he talks about his wife, like the amount of love that they are in, I don't crazy or whatever, like you see it, like you see that energy coming out from them, and you can't get mad at that no matter what. Like, to me, that's the one thing that like stood out the most. Like, the only time it felt like he had clarity was when he was talking about her. And I've never seen her, not that she's my friend or I've actually ever seen her, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen shots of her glowing the way she was when he was speaking.
No, that's go ahead. You're right. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because here's the thing that I think is happening in Hollywood. Because you started with Alicia Keys. Like Alicia Keys,
She looked good.
well, here's why she looked good though, because guess what she's not doing?
Putting makeup on.
Exactly. She had no makeup on. And we saw Kim Kardashian with less makeup on. Like, I feel like that was, and she probably didn't have her weave in, because they do wear weaves. Let's get that straight.
I want to know if Alicia Keys has had no makeup. I'm sure she had something on.
I think she had something on, but it was probably as close to her natural complexion as she could get. Like, it wasn't like
It was raw.
It was probably as natural, like everyday makeup, not stage makeup, not I'm gonna be in camera and all these lights are gonna be on me makeup. It wasn't that makeup. It was I'm going to the grocery store makeup.
Right.
And I'm keys. And that's kind of what Kim Kardashian had on to me. So I think part of the glow that you see is we're starting to see a more natural Kim Kardashian, other than her butt. We're starting to see a more natural Kim Kardashian. And then, yeah, you're right. I do think, and I said Eisenberg, but Arlo Eisenberg is the guy who created the skate park here in California, the first skate park in California. I think I said Eisenberg, and I was thinking about him. I don't know why I'm thinking about him, but he went to my high school. That's why maybe I'm thinking about him.
Wow.
But it's Mark Zuckerberg. I think he put himself. He was trying to. I think Kanye was trying to borrow money from him. But I'm like, if you're in the same.
No, but Kanye, sorry. A lot of the stuff that Kanye was saying when he wanted that like money stuff, like when he was like, I'm in debt, this, that, and the other. The point was, it wasn't conveyed the correct way. Like, I feel like he was saying, I'm in debt this much money because I put this much money back into myself to make a stand and to do something. And like, yeah, like, of course it was kind of, dumb that Zuckerberg on Twitter for money when he, runs Facebook. But still, I think he was just like, I don't think he was like legitimately being like, hey man, you need to pay my bills.
Yeah, but to even put yourself, even like it just made no sense. Like Steve Jobs was not asking anybody for money because he revolutionized the technology industry with computers and cell phones and all of the Apple products. Like they're forward future thinking products. Like they're still coming out with new iPhones and new technology. So to put yourself in that vein of like creativity, like, yeah, I get it. Like that's like putting yourself in the same vein as, the person who created like Benjamin Franklin, or like, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me, even though I applaud him on his creativity and some of the stuff that he's done. And a lot of people are wearing his shoes and his fashion and all of that stuff. But fashion and technology, those things, technology changes the world. I don't know that fashion changes the world. That's just me. Because I feel like, especially for people of color who already, sometimes we are the biggest consumers of pretty much everything, hair products, cars, clothes, shoes. But when it comes to owning our own business, investing in our own business, investing in people who actually own their own businesses that are African Americans, that's something we don't tend to do very often. So I just see Kanye, and that's what I see. Like you're perpetuating the thing that we don't need more of. So, right. Okay, so I think we've covered Kanye West's speech enough. Now let's move on to Kanye West and Tiana Taylor in his video. And people said that she broke the internet. And for once, I was happy because her body is natural. Like she hasn't had butt implants, butt injections, butt enhancements where people try to act like, oh no, I didn't get a butt job because I did a fat transfer. Call it what it is. But her body was like supernatural, like a la natural, like everything about her. I think if she did, like, I think that was her natural hair. Like she's a naturally pretty girl. Like we've never seen her. If you were to look at pictures from Tiana Taylor when she first got in the industry, and now they would be very similar. There wouldn't be a huge drastic change of Teyana Taylor when she was 16 versus the Teyana Taylor that I think she's 26 years old. So yeah, she pretty much broke the internet, and I see why now people are like, oh, I want to go to the gym, which always amazes me as a celebrity trainer when I think about that. I'm like, it's not that easy. Like, you can't just go to the gym. Like, she naturally, number one, has really great genes. That's the first thing. Second thing is, you know, she probably eats really clean, even though she says, I just dance for my workout. That's what I saw in one report. I'm like, she just doesn't dance for her workout. I've seen her in the gym in a video, in someone else's video. So she definitely works out. So I think that's the thing. The video was really interesting. The end of the video, have you seen it, Steph?
No, I haven't.
The end of the video, and I love that it looks like she's just like a really good dancer, and she was kind of improvising, like it wasn't a choreographed piece. That's what it looks like. It looks like she had like certain moves, and she kind of paid tribute to Janet Jackson and Flashdance. If you put those two things together, that's pretty much what it was, like the 2016 version of putting those really great performers together. And then she kind of did like her own Teyana Taylor, and being a former dancer, classical ballet, modern jazz, Horton technique, which is a modern dance. Like, I saw a lot, like she seems like she's a really great trained dancer. I saw a really good dancer, and she has a great dancer's body too. So, but at the end of the video, there's a shot of her. She's married to Imani Shumpert. Do you know him?
Mm-mm.
Yes, you do. He played on the he's on LeBron's team, Cleveland Cavaliers.
What's his name?
Imani Shumpert. Shumpert.
I mean,
okay, never mind. But she's married to him, and they have a little baby. So at the end of the video, gosh darn it, this stupid. Okay, let me see if I can.
Girl, you are popular.
I know, and it's not gonna shut up. And my phone's still not ringing. Okay, hopefully it'll stop soon, because I don't know how to stop it. Oopsies! Okay, there we go. At the end of the video, she and her husband are in a room full of sheep. She just had her baby. It's a little girl. So you see them all naked, and she's on his back, and she's naked, of course, and he's naked. She's laying on his back, so he is, of course, on his stomach. And I don't even know if he's looking at the camera, but she's on his back. But when they zoom into her face, she has the face of a cat. And I don't know if it's a lion cat or if it's a kitty cat. I'm not really sure. But then there's a whole bunch of sheeps and lambs around. Is there a difference between a sheep and a lamb? I don't know.
You are hilarious.
So I'm like, this is interesting. I don't know what kind of message Kanye is saying with this, but it is artistic at its best and or crazy, because they say sometimes artists are a little on the borderline of being crazy, but that interpretation at the end, the video, the dancing, I thought Tiana was great. Her body is like unrealistic, and probably people are going to try to achieve it, but they're probably going to have to go through surgery to try to get it, because yeah, she is naturally gifted, and she has really amazing genes that the average person, I don't know that you could diet and or eat well enough to look like that. So that's my 2 cents on her video. The song is called Fade, and they're saying that her body broke the internet, and people are coming up with all these memes. So Steph, you said you haven't seen the video, so you don't have anything to say about it?
No, I'm gonna watch it though. I thought it was something. I thought you were talking about something else. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, no, that sounds really interesting. I'm totally gonna have to watch that video.
You have to tell me what you think about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Last but not least, my girl T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift.
T-Swizzle, you said.
I love me some Taylor Swift. I don't care what anybody says. I just think she's very wholesome. I would love to give her some dating advice, but I'm sure she wouldn't listen.
I'd love to have a whiskey with her.
Really? She drinks whiskey? She doesn't seem like she'd be a whiskey girl.
Right, I don't know if she does, but I'd love to sit and have a chat with her and have a whiskey.
Seems like she would be a mojito kind of girl. Like she would drink mojitos, like light and fruity kind of drink. I just think she's like.
No, I think she can hang, man. I think she can hang with some whiskey.
I can't.
I think so.
Maybe. Yeah, but I really like Taylor Swift. So I'm wondering if the beef with Kanye and Kim and the whole Famous video, have you seen that video?
Yes.
Okay. So those are wax figures, and supposedly there was a pseudo beef where Kanye called Taylor to get her approval to say something about her being in the video, but I don't think he told her that he was going to call her that, B-I-T-C-H, in the video. And so Kim got a portion of their call. Like, I guess she recorded it, and then she Snapchatted it, something. I didn't really care about it because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
Did you see though? Did you notice that when he was walking out, that was the snippet of his song that he played?
Of course, yeah. Like it's all very calculated. So I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. If the VMAs give Kanye 4 minutes, they're definitely going to kind of listen to him to say, oh, well, you know, Taylor doesn't have any songs, so maybe she doesn't need to come. But that's real jacked up because Taylor is very talented. And to let a beef get in the middle of her not even making an appearance at the VMAs. And maybe that's a legal thing because I think she ended up trying to, I don't know if she was trying to sue him for defamation of character. I'm not really sure what happened. So maybe that's why she didn't show. But I still think for her fans and the people who support her, she could have at least showed up. That's what I think. I would have wanted to have seen Taylor. Like, you can't deny that she wins awards and that she has a huge following. You can't deny it. So as much as he's a huge Beyonce fan and he always talks about her, and the interesting thing is that I thought Tiana Taylor was actually going to be singing in the video, but she was only dancing because she has a really incredible voice. So I don't know if that means Kanye is going to be managing her now or if he's going to be working with her for some of her music, but she is like a really incredible singer and she has like a very rich and raspy voice. So I'm a huge Tiana Taylor fan. If you haven't noticed, I think she's dope. I love it. She's from New York. I want to say, I'm not even going to say where she's from, but I'll put a link in the comment box so you guys could check out Miss Tiana Taylor. I think she's awesome. She has that kind of New York vibe that I like about her, that she means what she says and she says what she means. And it's not I'm trying to be anybody else. She really is like an individual.
Well, I had something come across today that might be the reason why she wasn't there.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But apparently Taylor Swift missed the VMAs because of jury duty. So Taylor Swift was called for jury duty. She showed up at jury duty. There's a picture of her, and this was in Tennessee. And
huh?
That's where she's from.
No, I know, but you live in California, so how are you doing jury duty in Tennessee? Not unless she has two.
No, I'm sure she's got a home in multiple places, but I think probably where her business is and where her roots are probably have those addresses on it. And it was, I believe, I can't find the article right now, but I read it this morning. I believe it was a, hang on, let me look. I might have it right here. I believe it was a rape case, and because she has a sexual harassment suit out, she said that she would be biased, and they dismissed her. She said she would happily do it on another case, but they completely dismissed her. Now, that's what, hang on. Taylor, here it is. Taylor Smith was called for jury duty in Nashville yesterday, and she indeed showed up, but it was a rape and kidnapping case, and she told them she couldn't. She's involved in a sexual assault case of her own. So she was dismissed.
Yeah, I don't know, because that sounds like, because first of all, when have we seen celebrities on jury duty? Like, could you imagine, let's see, who's Ellen DeGeneres going to jury duty for, I don't know, a murder case?
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying that's where she was yesterday. It says she posed for pictures and video with people, and when prosecutors asked her profession, she said songwriter.
Wait, now, come on, stop it. You're from Tennessee. Girl, you finna make me turn this computer off. So what's your profession? That's like me asking Viola Davis, hi Viola, what do you do? Like, there are certain people
right, but it's in the court of law. Like, you can't just assume, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just treated her like everyone else, which is kind of cool.
It's cool, but it's kind of I don't want to use the word stupid, but it's stupid. Because if you're,
I actually think it's cool. I think it's cool that she showed up and is showing people that, like, even me, I'll show up. Was it planned on purpose the day after the VMAs? I don't know. I think that Taylor Swift's not getting enough credit in this situation. I think that she's got the balls to show up, and when Kanye says something, she's got the balls to show her face. She always has in the past.
Yeah,
why now?
I agree. I'm not saying that this is on Taylor Swift's side, Swizzle side. I'm not saying that it's that. I'm saying that it just doesn't sound like, it doesn't sound right. Like, that's like somebody calling Sandra Bullock in wherever she's from. Like, they're gonna know what she does. Like, I feel like we've never heard of any major box office, Grammy winning, Oscar winning, Emmy winning, whatever. Like, that's like Whoopi Goldberg, you know, from her hometown. They want her to serve on jury duty, and they're like, well, what do you do? I'm just saying, it sounds crazy, and because I don't know that process, like, I would think they would look at her name and say, oh, Taylor Swift, is this the Taylor Swift? So maybe when she actually showed up, they were like, oh my gosh, it's the Taylor Swift, because maybe there's some other people in the world that just happen to be from Tennessee, that happen to be named Taylor Swift, that happen to get called on jury duty the day before the VMAs. Hey, it could happen. All I'm saying is, I don't know if Kanye West had anything to do with her not being invited, and this just happened to be a convenient, oh, jury duty. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, no one, but I feel like, you know, I give Taylor Swift a little bit more credit. I feel like she's got the balls to show up if she wanted to. I don't feel like she's the girl that's sitting there being like, you know what? I might get bullied by Kanye West, so I'm not going to go to the VMA.
No, I totally don't think that's her personality at all. That's why I love Taylor Swift. I think she's super dope. She's super herself. She doesn't care what anybody says. And that's one of the things I like about her. I'm just wondering if Kanye West had something to do with her not even getting invited to come to the VMAs. That's all I'm saying, because they
was she not invited?
I don't know. That would be something.
I don't think she wasn't invited. I don't think that's what it was.
Okay, well, I hope not. I just hope that would not be the case, because of the beef that Taylor and Kanye and Kim had, that there might be some legal ramifications, because for some reason I think she was taking legal action. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying, if that was part of the problem. But yeah, so I'm done, Steph. I don't know how long we've been talking, but I think we're done. We're gonna wrap this up. This went longer.
Wait.
What?
She wasn't nominated.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. But I would still think, even though she wasn't nominated, she would still show up.
I don't think she was invited. You're right. I don't think she bailed out. I just don't think she was invited, which I mean, how many, like, a lot of stars, like Pink wasn't invited. She's great. She's got new music out. Like, there's all kinds of people that don't get invited.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I feel like people are making a bigger deal out of this.
No, I know. And had they not had the beef with the video famous, then maybe I would have even brought it up. So it's just the thing, because they've always had, or Kanye has always had an issue with Taylor because she wins so many awards, and then him putting her in his video, even though it wasn't actually her, it was a wax figure. I just thought it was interesting. So there you have it.
I'm with you.
I'm Madison Chase, and this is It's Yes or No. It's your entertainment source or news option. You can find me on YouTube at Mad Chase. You could find me on Instagram at Madison Chase Fitness, on Twitter, Madison Chase Fit, on Snapchat that I just recently started again because my friend Dion of D Lashes told me that I should do Snapchat. I think it's Madison Chase Fitness as well, and Pintrest, and I think that's it. And Madison Chase Fitness is my fitness website. Madison Chase Media is my media website. So, Steph, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I am Stefztv, so it's IMASTEFZ. My YouTube is Stefztv.
That was quick and easy. Thanks.
Short and simple. Just find me. That's it.
Just find Stefz and M to the C. And yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. If there's anything else that you guys want us to talk about, please leave your comment. And if you would like to join our live YouTube hangouts, send me an email, let me know, or put it in the comment section, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, Steph.
Peace out. Bye-bye.